Hi everyone, Morgan here. So this is part of a lights out series in which I'm talking about ways that you can be prepared in case you don't have any lights, electricity, or anything like that. So lots to talk about, but in this very specific video, I'm going to be talking about different light sources. So let's dive in first to, I think the main thing is some sort of alternative energy, which I'm going to go into a lot in another video, but like we run completely off grid. Okay. These lights right now, we are not connected to a grid. Now our grid is our own little home system that we have right here at home. We have batteries, solar, generator, we're going to be getting wind, those kinds of things. I'm going to be going deeper into that in another video. But, you know, with that in mind, you know, with alternative energies and things, that's something that can contribute to electricity, powering, you know, things like that. But let's just stick to light sources right now, okay? So I really like solar light sources. This is the hybrid light. We've had this charged here even in Alaska. Of course, if you're in like a super, you know, sunny, southern area, whatever, these solar lights are great, you know, even with our lack of sun. We've actually had not great sun the past few days, but it's still going. There's also a solar light by Goal Zero that I really like. Okay, so in addition to the solar, there's also solar lights. I've talked about that before. Just keep the solar lights outside and use them for pathway lights or something like that, and they'll always be charged. And then if you need them, you can always just take them and bring them inside if you need to. So those solar lights are a really good option. Now there's one other thing that I've never tested, and it was brought to my attention when I was on Tradcat Night, and he told me about a light bulb that basically it was just like an all-encompassing light bulb. It didn't need to be plugged into anything. Basically, it sounds like it has an internal battery, and you just like screw it in or turn it on, that kind of thing, and then it'll just be a light bulb that you can just have, and it'll just be like that, and it runs like so many hours. I'm putting a picture here as well as a link down below to where you can go check it out yourself, but I think that's also an interesting idea. It doesn't take electricity, but it runs a specific amount of hours. And then there are, of course, lights that just take batteries, regular batteries. You can also have rechargeable batteries. We are trying to move to all just rechargeable stuff. So even if we do have a regular light that takes just regular batteries, we want to use a rechargeable batteries. Even if you don't live off grid or whatever, you can still get like a mini solar panel, a little foldable solar panel, and everything I'm not showing on screen, I'm going to have pictures here. So as you can see, like a little folding solar panel, you can just put in your window and then just charge like that. Or you can charge external batteries in order to, you know, charge this to charge your, you know, rechargeable batteries. Or you can get flashlights that have internal rechargeable systems. I personally really like that because I don't have to deal with the batteries or anything like that. There's just the internal rechargeable system, which is really nice. We're starting to kind of move more towards that with headlamps, flashlights, any type of kind of lights that might take batteries. I really want to try it to be in that internal rechargeable where you just plug in a cord, but I don't have to deal with oh, thank you. Actually, she brought up a really good point here. Another kind of light source would be glow sticks. These used to be glow sticks. This was actually a gift by one of my subscribers. Thank you so much for that. There's also rechargeable not glow sticks, but rechargeable glow lights, and there's a picture here on the screen. I have a couple of those, and I love that. You just put it in the sun, or any light. It doesn't even have to be in the sun. It could just be recharged by lights. You could just flash your flashlight on it for a little bit and it'll work, and it'll like be recharged for, you know, maybe an hour or two, whatever. It's just kind of nice. And then of course there's candles. Tea light candles, standing candles, you know, any type of candles are going to be great. I would suggest having candles that don't have any scents, and you can make your own candles so easy. I prefer beeswax, but I do buy these tea lights for, like, you know, we have a couple lanterns that take the tea lights, that kind of thing. But, you know, any type of candles, make sure that they are kind of protected. They don't have to be in a lantern, but the lantern helps, you know, expand the light out a little bit. You could have just a candle, like just a candle in a candle holder or something like that. That's totally fine. Again, but you really want to have it on something. You don't want to have it just bare, you know, have it like in a glass cup or something like that, you know, just have it secure. And of course, follow fire safety. I was gonna say candle safety, but really it's fire safety. You know, blow out the candles if you're not gonna be in that same room for a while. You know, keep it away from curtains, those kinds of things. So then there are also other lanterns that are oil lanterns, these kinds of things. I tend not to use those kinds of things. I can make candles a lot easier than I could make, you know, like oil or reproduce oil and that kind of thing. So for me, trying to be like more mindful of self-sufficiency kind of thing, or a sustainability kind of thing, I can make, you know, bees really easily, especially if I can get wax from a local beekeeper, or when I get bees, I can get wax that way, that kind of thing. So, you know, I can get pine sap to make some candles, you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, I can make my own wick from cotton or jute twine or any of these things. I can stock up on wax. It's easier for me to stock up on wax because I can use wax for many different things instead of just oil. But you can make oil lamps from, like, you know, olive oil and these kinds of things, other types of oil. Lots of different types of oil can make it. Or you can have the very specific, you know, oil that goes to the oil lamps, these kinds of things. So kerosene, all these other things. But of course you have to be able to stock that stuff effectively. So those are really the basic light sources. You know, you want something that's going to be like a couple little light sources, you know, just on your table. And then maybe you want like a headlamp to go out and about. And then maybe, you know, you want like a flashlight for just, you know, looking around, whatever. And then, you know, like lanterns. You could do lanterns, you know, like battery powered lanterns, and then candle lanterns. Lanterns are just really nice. But do a variety of things and try to think of sustainability in your area in the sense of, you know, like get a little foldable solar panel so you can recharge batteries, and then get the rechargeable batteries, or get the flashlights or things that have the rechargeable, you know, interior systems, you know, and think about how you're going to keep these things going instead of just getting some batteries and, you know, using them and having them go out, you know, you can't recharge anything or whatever. Have a hefty supply of candles, know how to make your own candles and make your own wicks. I do have blog posts down below on how to do all of that yourself. I think that we have to be kind of realistic about light. You know, how often are you going to be using this stuff? You know, are you going to be using it for like 10 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours, a few hours at night, a few hours in the morning, you know, depending on where you live. Maybe if you're really north like us, and in the winter, you're going to be using light a little bit more often. Maybe you have in the south and you have a lot of windows, you don't have to use light except for maybe just for a few hours at night, that kind of thing. So, you know, be realistic about your light uses as well, and how often you're really going to be using these light sources. But in saying that, definitely stock up as much as you possibly can, you know, like with candles and rechargeable stuff and whatever. Thank y'all so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.